I'm in a bay shack here in Tanjung Malai. And this is the beginning of a journey, a little bit of a detour from my plans here, because I'm on my way to Jakarta. And it turns out that to get from here to Jakarta, the most convenient way for me to do it was actually to take the ferry back to Malaysia and then fly from KL to Jakarta. It's actually the easiest, and yeah, for me it's the best way to go. So that's what I'm doing right now. And I'm heading to Jakarta because a Planet Doug subscriber, a mystery benefactor from the United States, is meeting me there. He's there on a holiday, traveling around Asia. And he contacted me and said when he comes from the US, he would like to bring me a new laptop that I can use for Planet Doug. So yeah, very exciting news. So basically that's what's going on right now. That's why I'm here. There's my driver, and this is the bay check. The road here going to the dock is quite a busy one in the morning. The fishing market area, and the ferry to Malaysia leaves at 7 o'clock, so sort of like an airport. They kind of want you to be there by 5. I'm running a little bit late. I'll probably get there by 5:45 or something like that, but I think it should be okay. So we're getting closer, just about 5 minutes away maybe from the dock. Tibuk Nelung or something like that. I always forget how to say it, the name in Indonesian. But we had one small adventure on the way here that the driver pulled over to a little shop where they sell gas in bottles, and apparently we were running on fumes and we weren't going to make it, so we had to put a bottle of gas into the tank. And since I was this passenger at the time, he just looked at me and said, like, what do you think? Think you could pay for the gas too? So it was like 6,000 rupiah for the like 1 liter of fuel. But the interesting thing is that I guess he knows his machine quite well, that after he put in the gas, he put his mouth over the open tank and blew into it really, really hard. Oh, this is interesting. Here's a wedding celebration tent. I've seen a number of these around the city. Feels like it's a very auspicious time to have a wedding right now. But yeah, I think he was blowing into the tank, or not, like, he actually sealed the opening with his mouth to get a real push. And I guess he was blowing the gas into the engine. If he didn't do that, since we are running on fumes, ow, this thing doesn't have any suspension. When we hit a bump, it really hits your back hard. Yeah, on the way to the dock, you pass over a lot of bridges, small ones and big ones. There's another small one, just going over some of the waterway. But we're almost there. I've arrived at the dock, and there's my boat, the Indomal Imperial. And yeah, I don't even know what time it is now, but it looks like we're allowed to board. I've already gone through immigration. I've done all the formalities, and here's the new port building behind me. When I arrived last time, I sort of talked about how, in my opinion, how poorly designed this building is when I arrived. It just makes no sense at all in terms of its layout, its structure. And then now that I'm using it as a departure point, it's the same thing. You come in over here, go through some formalities, but then they make you go upstairs to the top, go through immigration, then go back down the stairs to the bottom. The whole building is just so bizarrely designed. I don't quite get it. But yeah, I'm glad to see that we don't get stuck in a waiting room or anything. We can go right onto the boat. So I have a few stories to tell, but I think I'm going to tell them when I get on the boat. Once I'm here, I don't want to waste any time. Like, delay, get on the boat, and then I can relax and perhaps tell a story about my journey to get here. It's kind of interesting from a travel point of view. And yeah, the boat looks really cool. It's the same one that I took to get here. When I bought my ticket, it gave the name of a different boat, I think. I think this is the same one I took from Port Dickson. But anyway, let's get on board. The boat was scheduled to leave at 7 in the morning, but it was a little bit delayed and we didn't get underway till about 8, which was fine with me. I was just enjoying being on the boat now that I'd gone through all of the formalities, and I could just relax and enjoy the trip. The first part of this journey is particularly enjoyable because for a few kilometers you're going down a river from Tanjung Balai, heading out to the Strait of Malacca, and you pass by all of these fishing boats and fishing villages. There's such an assortment of them. Yeah, I've gone up and down this river quite a few times now on one of these boats, but I never tire of being out on deck looking at all of these fishing boats, or as in this case, just looking at them from inside. I'm shooting all of this video, by the way, with my smartphone. I didn't have a GoPro running for this trip, so I'm just aiming my smartphone out the window. I got very lucky with my seating this time, and a little bit more intelligent than I normally am, because I have this habit of always picking the absolute worst seat, whether it's in a restaurant, coffee shop, on a train, or on a boat. But in this case, I sat down at a front seat on the left-hand side, so I had a window on my left and a window directly ahead of me. It was like the perfect place to sit on this boat, and I got to enjoy all the scenery as we rode along. I mentioned that I had a bunch of stories to tell, and I did tell them while I was sitting on the boat waiting for a departure, but it ended up being like a 30-minute tirade about all of the misunderstandings and miscommunication that can occur when you're going through a ferry terminal or a dock or a train station or anything like that when you're overseas. The language barrier and just trying to understand how the local systems work can always be an incredible adventure. But anyway, I thought I recorded, as I said, 30 minutes of storytelling about that, but I didn't feel like sticking it into this video. It's just that I had an issue with the Becak driver when it came to paying him the fare that we had agreed on. That always ends up being a bit of a problem. And then when I tried to get into the ferry dock, the terminal building, there was a gate with guards, and they kept asking to see my boarding pass, but they asked in English. But when I gave them the boarding pass, they shook their head and said, no, not that. We need your boarding pass. And we went around and around and around, and eventually I was directed to some strange building inside a cargo container way out in the darkness. And at that cargo container office, you pay 95,000 rupiah for the port tax. So it's a tax to use the ferry terminal, like a passenger fee or something like that. So then I paid that, and then the guards let me through. And they kept saying, yes, that's the boarding pass. So, we completely misunderstood each other. I actually had a boarding pass for the boat, and they kept asking to see the boarding pass. So I kept giving it to them, but they kept saying, no, that's not a boarding pass. We want the boarding pass. But it turns out what they really wanted was the receipt from the port tax, which is all kind of amusing. And then going through immigration was a real struggle as well, because I have several visa stamps for Indonesia in my passport, and they kept looking at the wrong one, and they kept telling me that I'd overstayed my visa, and it took me a long time to just point out my newest visa stamp. For some reason, they were unable to find it. So at this point, the river is opening up, and we're just entering the Malacca Strait here. And this was quite entertaining because ahead of us there was a flotilla of fishing boats like this. I could look out the front window and it looked like, I don't know, 24 of these boats all racing in the same direction, like this one here. My smartphone kept focusing on the raindrops on the window, but all these boats were ahead of us, steaming at full speed in the same direction. And then we're on this huge ferry, and we just cut right through the middle of them. And a couple of these boats cut in front of us. It was a real, almost like a racetrack of fishing boats we had to go through. Once we got up to speed out in the Malacca Strait, that is what the wake looked like. And according to an app that I was using, we were traveling at about 45 kilometers an hour. The Indonesian flag right there, it's a very simple one, a red bar and a white bar. And someone explained it to me that the red bar represents physical courage and refers, because it's red color, referring to the body and spilled blood fighting for Indonesian independence. And the white bar is more spiritual. So the flag represents a combination of the physical and the spiritual. At least that's how it was explained to me. A short trip update. And it has to be quite short because it is so bright out here on the back of the boat. I can hardly even keep my eyes open. For most of the trip, it's been raining, to be honest. It's about 1 o'clock right now, and like 1 o'clock Indonesia time. So we've been on the move for 5 hours. We were supposed to leave at 7, but we left at about 8. 1 o'clock now, so we've been on the way for 5 hours. I think we're very, very close to Port Dickson, which is why I came out here to do a little trip update. And it stopped raining. So it's been raining the whole time, but the sun suddenly came out. And haven't had much in the way of adventures, big or small, on the boat. I went downstairs to get a cup of coffee at the very beginning. But other than that, I really haven't gotten out of my seat, haven't done very much. This is the very first time I've come out on deck because it's been raining so much. And the one thing about the boat, I mean, I knew about it, but I completely forgot. It's just freezing cold. They run the air conditioner non-stop, so it's ice cold in there like a refrigerator, and can get quite uncomfortable. Most of the Indonesian people, for some reason, despite growing up in a really warm climate, they tend to dress more warmly than I do. So they put on many layers of clothing, and they bring jackets and blankets. I think they've had experience on this boat before, but I keep forgetting. Then again, I don't have a blanket or a jacket to bring with me anyway, so I just sit there and I'm ice cold. And I ended up with a ice headache. You know how you get those when it's really, really cold? But now I've got a ice headache. But anyway, I'm out here on deck, and there's the back of the boat. The last time I took this boat, the waters were pretty rough. Today it's been very, very smooth, so the boat hasn't been going up and down at all. Nobody's getting seasick, and it's not nearly as windy, so yeah. But yeah, you can see how bright it is out here now with the sun bouncing off the white of these life rafts. Probably getting a lot of wind noise in the microphone. But yeah, we're quite close to Port Dickson. I think those two smokestacks there, they might be part of something near Port Dickson. So we're getting quite close. So that is Malaysia up ahead, and in fact we're looking directly at Port Dickson. That's the shoreline at Port Dickson. We're just a few minutes away from arriving at the dock. And the plan right now is to spend one night in Port Dickson. I'm staying at the Port Dickson Seafront Hotel, and if I'm oriented properly, the seafront is right in here somewhere. I'm sort of aiming the camera at the seafront, It's out of just outside of town on the main road. And then right here, this big white building. I forget the name of it. It's one of the larger hotels that is like right inside Port Dickson itself. And yeah, we're creeping up on the dock. We're almost there. I don't know how common it is to see a ship this big sitting right at Port Dickson. You do get a lot of relatively large ships coming out to this. There's a dock here where they either fill up with natural gas or they deliver natural gas. I'm not really sure, but there's a big pipeline going out to ships there. But I don't usually see big ones like this docked right off the city. Flavin. No, it looks like, yeah, it's being pulled. No, I don't know what they're doing with it. That actually makes me feel a bit nostalgic for my hometown in Canada, because we had ships like this going by my hometown all the time out on the Great Lakes. The big tugboats of Port Dickson. And there's the dock. Right there. So the next stage, of course, is disembarking, and then in that white building, blue and white building over there, there's an immigration officer waiting for me. I always get nervous going through immigration. Let's cross my fingers and hope for the best. I don't think I really noticed the blue and white color scheme until today. Never really remarked on it for the building and for the roof over the dock. And people up, I have a VIP ticket, and the VIP ticket allows me to get off first. So yeah, I remember one time coming from Dumai, and we sat at the dock for over an hour before they let us off the boat. I don't know why it took so long. We'll see how long it takes this time. And I guess that's how all the luggage gets taken from the boat to the dock, like to the ferry terminal building. They seem to have a system where they take all the baggage off first, and then they let the passengers off. So as I said, the last time I did this from Dumai, we waited an hour on the boat before they let us off. Not quite sure why they do it that way, but and it seems to take a long time. People on this boat tend to bring with them a lot of luggage. But bringing it all off like one thing at a time like that, going back and forth, yeah, it's a pretty slow process. So they let us off the boat. Rain, of course, because I'm here. I arrived, the rain found me, but there's the boat. And luckily we have a covered walkway, so we're not getting that wet. Just a little bit of rain coming in from the inside, or coming from the side. A short video update. I'm now in Port Dickson. I guess when I left off, I think I was shooting a little bit of video from the ferry boat going from Tanjung Balai here to Port Dickson. But I've since arrived. That was yesterday, on Saturday. And a friend of mine, KY, met me at the docks. And KY drove me here. This is the Seafront Hotel in Port Dickson. And I got a room here for one night. I thought I would just continue documenting in a small way what's going on. There's my luggage from the ferry. I got a twin room here. It's in the back. This is the PD Seafront, as I said, so they do have a view over the ocean, but this room is one of their cheaper rooms, and it does not have an ocean view. It just looks out over into the street. And but yeah, this is a twin, and comes with air conditioning and some amenities, your basic water and soap and shampoo and a little desk and a wardrobe. And then the bathroom is pretty basic as well. Everything works though. Good water pressure, hot water, things like that. So yeah, this is now Sunday morning. And I just came back from having breakfast with KY. He came by this morning at 9:30. We went out. We met a friend of his and who runs a local catering business. A very interesting conversation with him about his business, its history, things that he does with his business. Very, very interesting. We went to the Aden restaurant here, kind of a Middle Eastern, and had a really nice kind of brunch there. And now KY is waiting outside and we're driving back to Kuala Lumpur. So I just popped into my room. It's about 11:30 now, and I'm going to pack up really quickly, and then we're heading into Kuala Lumpur. Just a quick little video here on my way back to Kuala Lumpur now with KY. And we're back in KY's hometown, which is Port Dickson, of course. And his father is buried here in this cemetery. So whenever he comes here, he drops by the cemetery, encouraged by his mother to come here and pray and take care of his father's plot. And KY was saying that this is a new area for this cemetery. Some newer plots here. You can see it's very nicely cared for. Very regular plots, and yeah, very quiet place here. And yeah, large area here still remaining, so it's going to be here for a long time to come. And KY was saying that it's all done sort of on a community basis, that there's an organization and people who have family members here contribute monthly to the upkeep and maintenance of the place. But so we stopped off here for him to pay his respects to his father, and then we're going to hit the road and head to KL. And there's me. Yeah, on the way to KL. We just stopped here to fill the tank with gas, get some Petron fuel in the tank, and then we're on our way to KL. And in case you're curious, these are the words you're looking for if you're ever looking for a bathroom here. It's called tandas. And for men here, they have lalaki, and for women, Juanita. I've always liked Juanita because it sounds like Spanish to me. Juanita. But yeah, Malay, I guess, for women. And this is a typical Malaysian gas station, I guess, no different from any gas station in the world. Petron gas. I've jumped ahead in time and space once again, and recording just a little scene here as I'm documenting things going on. This is my new room. I'm now in Kuala Lumpur, and I'm staying at the J Hotel Masjid India. And it's kind of an interesting hotel. One of the main reason I like it is that they have single rooms. As you can see, this is a relatively small room. And if I move over here and turn around, you can see the entire room. So it does have a single bed, and as you can see, bed, door, wall. So it's not like a huge room or anything. But the thing is that when you have a single room, that means the price can come down. And so it's a little bit cheaper than other options around town. It's quite nice. You can see it's very clean, simply furnished, but comfortable. The air conditioner is really good, high quality, and Wi-Fi is good. And then the bathroom here too, as you can see. Small, not a lot of, you're not going to be playing basketball in here or running around and doing anything else. But it's got everything you need. Towel rack, and you got your sink, and you got your shower with the hot water, and yeah, so there you have it, the J Hotel Masjid India. There's always new staff here, which is interesting. They hire staff from Bangladesh and from India, no, from Sri Lanka. Before, everybody that worked here seemed to be from Sri Lanka or they're from India, and there was a new man down at the front desk I hadn't met before. And he told me he was from India. Very nice man. Checking in was nice and smooth. No issues with that, with my booking on Agoda. So yeah, here I am. After a long journey in, finally in Kuala Lumpur. Jumping ahead in time and place once again, breakfast with Daryl back in Kuala Lumpur, and it's early in the morning, 8 o'clock, and we're here for breakfast at a place called, there's a sign on the wall here, Bricks and Bread. And I wasn't thinking about taking any video at all, but now that I'm inside the space, it's so interesting, I thought I really should shoot a little bit of video. So let me show you what this place looks like. So here's the front area. So yeah, Bricks and Bread. So they have a lot of bakery elements there. Nice kitchen in the back. And some seating area here. There's Daryl looking at the menu. And more seating in the back. But it looks like it's like an older building, right? Something like a warehouse or old business offices or whatever that has been converted into a restaurant. And I guess that's where the bricks come from. But yeah, there's the upstairs area. They got more seating up there. Yeah, very, very nice place. Back there as well. Oh, and Daryl, you've never been here before?
Nope, first time.
Had you heard of it at all?
Nope.
So
I just stumbled upon it because when you mentioned UT was closed, I was actually on the map looking for UT.
Ah.
Yeah. Then I saw your message and I was just moving the map around. Yeah, it's literally like 100 meters.
So you hadn't even thought of it before. You just saw it on the map. Like, oh, what is that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And I was looking at another place which I shared with you first before this place, right?
Right.
There you go.
Oh, they have the Christmas decorations already going up. I think, yeah, Christmas tree.
Christmas tree behind you.
Over there somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, over there, the silver one.
I think the freshly baked stuff is already on the display.
Right. So we got some, breakfast specials. That's probably where I'm going to order from. Available from 8 until 3. And then some local favorites like nasi lemak, fried chicken sambal, soups and salads, pastas, and all the drinks, of course, coffees and things like that. So, yeah, time to dive into the menu. So I ordered the big breakfast. It has arrived. It is exactly what I was hoping for, a big breakfast. And what did you order? You ordered
Lamb sachuka.
Lamb sachuka.
Yeah.
And you know what sachuka is?
Yeah, because I had it in Dubai before.
Ah, that's right. Okay. And I got a vanilla latte, long black coffee for Daryl. So, big reveal of the big breakfast. Spin the phone around. And there it is. So that's very cool.
Yeah.
They have... And then mushrooms, scrambled eggs, sourdough bread. I think that they bake themselves. Beans. Oh, and hidden over there, I didn't even see it till now. The sausage. And then there's the bacon. And there's the shachuka.
Yeah.
Shachuka. Looks very good. Alright. I'm going to dive in and enjoy this. I don't need to report back as I'm eating it. You can just assume that it's all delicious, and I love it. A quick dinner note as I continue my short stay here in Kuala Lumpur. Where my hotel is located, it's in another little India here in Kuala Lumpur. It's near Masjid Jamek, and the streets near my hotel are just filled with all kinds of hotels. And there's a small one here. I've never eaten here before. Turn my phone around. So here's the restaurant here on the corner. All Indian food, this whole neighborhood. And they have a bit of a buffet style there. So I just asked for an assortment of things. Pretty standard, nothing very challenging. Rice, fried chicken, some veggies, egg, some dal, and then I'm getting a couple of chapatis to go along with it. And then here's sort of my neighborhood The restaurant I normally go to if I take it back to my hotel room is over there, the one on the corner right there. Thank you. And chapati just arrived. But yeah, there's all kinds of places here where you can grab something to eat. So there it is. There is my dinner waiting for me. Next morning now here in Kuala Lumpur, and this is my favorite place to have breakfast in my neighborhood these days. It's just like, I don't know, 50 meters from my hotel, this little place. And they got a bunch of places here you can order different types of breakfast. And this morning I'm getting wonton mee again from this place here. And the idea is when you sit down at one of these places, you also get a drink.
3 ringgit.
3 ringgit. There's my iced cham for 3 ringgit. Okay, thank you. So I paid cash to the guy for the drink, and then the wonton mee, he had a touch and go over there. Oh yeah, I wonder what he makes over there. That looks like a interesting place. Let's go look at the food. So this is herbal stewed pork noodle and pork noodle soup, pork noodle dry. Okay. So my wonton mee has arrived. Thank you.
Chopstick will be fine?
Yeah, chopsticks will be fine.
Enjoy it.
Thank you. I probably should have said no. Like whenever they say fork or chopsticks, your instinct is to say chopsticks because that makes you more of a local, like, oh, I don't need a fork. But I have learned that with these noodles, a fork is actually better because they're kind of they're really stuck together, like very tightly woven. And pulling them apart with slippery plastic chopsticks is actually not that easy. But yeah, look at that. I mean, that is a meal for 9.5 ringgit. Much better value than a fancy place. And then you get the wonton soup as well. I'm out walking around KL a little bit. I had I had a few errands to take care of. A couple of them crashed and burned right out of the gate due to technology problems. But one of my errands was to get some money in my hot little hand that I can convert to Indonesian rupiah to take back to Indonesia with me. And that's where I got the money from. That's the Maybank Tower. I like to go there. I use their ATMs just because it's like the bank headquarters and the ATMs are located right in the lobby, pretty much inside the bank. And then it's the most secure place. Nobody's going to be messing around with those ATMs. And then if the ATM swallows my card, eats it, I'm actually at a bank and I can go talk to somebody. Yeah, and then going for a walk up to a grocery store here, meeting up with a fellow YouTuber based here in Malaysia, expat Pete, dropping by his house, have a cup of coffee, chat with him about camera gear and all that good stuff. And while I was walking to the bank, I went by a grand opening, a new kind of restaurant. It was like a steam rice pot kind of place. That's what it said on the sign. And they had some pictures on the outside. I'll take some video of it as I walk by. Yeah, it looked really nice. I don't know what the prices are like, but very simple looking food. Yeah, so here's my neighborhood. I'll be walking off in this direction shortly to head up to this grocery store that I know and meet up with expat Pete. There's the Telecom Museum, which I'm quite fond of. And then this rice pot, hot pot restaurant is right here on the corner. So yeah, I'll cross the road here and show you what this place looks like. What's it called? Hot Bowl Cafe. Grand opening, steamed rice, steamed soup. It's a very confusing intersection. I don't know where all the lights are, whether they're green or not. So yeah, this is what I was looking at. Just the pictures here. Empress chicken, steamed rice, braised spare ribs, stewed pork with yam. I mean, all of these look amazing. Perfect Planet Doug kind of foods. Very simple. All the food cooked together in one bowl. To me, that's the perfect thing. I don't think they'll mind if I show the interior for a second. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Do you mind if I just show the interior for a minute? I'm a YouTuber.
Go ahead. No worry.
Your grand opening, right?
Yeah, just opened recently, about 2 months ago.
2 months ago. Okay. Yeah. My hotel is often near here, so.
Go ahead, have yourself.
Yeah, just wanted to show the interior, and
Let's go. You can go in and take a look.
I'll come back and eat here later.
No worry.
Yeah. Is it part of a chain, or is it just a one restaurant only?
Actually, we supply to the food cart.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, we do. We have a central kitchen. We supply to the food cart.
I see, I see.
Then now we try to open like in cafe style with aircon and everything. More
Oh,
comfortable.
nice, nice, nice.
This is our first one.
Excellent. No, I like it. The neighborhood needs places like this.
Yeah.
So I hope you have success.
No worry. Thank you, sir.
Okay, yeah, I'll see you later.
Okay, you have a nice day, sir.
Oh, cool. The grocery store that I mentioned is just up ahead, a short distance. I fired up my phone just because I'm walking by one of my favorite buildings around here, just because of the camel on the front. I don't know how clear it is on the screen, but there's a yellow outline of a camel on the front of that building. And I love the mirrored glass that covers the whole front. Certain times of the day you get an amazing reflection of all the tall buildings around, like the KL Tower and things like that. Anyway, I just always like this building. The Malaysia's bank, the AM Bank. And the KL Tower is just across the way over here on the other side of the AM Bank building. So these two face each other. The tower and the camel, always looking at each other. I just crossed this busy intersection over here, right across from the AM Bank, and look at that. Just what I was talking about. The reflection of the KL Tower right beside the camel. I don't know. He just looks like a very friendly sort of beast, that camel. And then we're heading into the downtown core of Bukit Bintang here. A lot of foreigners stay in this area. There's Airbnb condos all throughout these tall buildings here, I think. So I'm out and about in Kuala Lumpur. Another day. I'm heading out on another errand, something I need to pick up before I go back to Sumatra. And I didn't have any breakfast this morning, but near the Masjid Jamek MRT station, there's a lot of these booths open up around lunchtime. And I hadn't seen this one before.
Welcome to Malaysia.
Yeah, welcome to Malaysia, he says. So this is a Kadra kebab, the best kebab in town, according to the sign. And yeah, I hadn't seen this one before, but I could smell it as I was walking up. So I thought I'd better try it out. Kadra kebab. Best kebab in town. And they've got chicken and beef.
Yeah.
Making some more.
Yeah.
Do you mind if I ask you a question for the video?
Yeah.
How long have you been working here?
Around 8 months.
8 months?
Yeah.
Are you like an owner of the company, or you work for them?
No, just work.
Oh, okay, cool. You're from Kuala Lumpur?
Yeah, I'm from Kuala Lumpur.
That's great.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Okay. So I got one beef and one chicken, and they were 5 ringgit each. Yeah, they're on the small end of the kebab scale, a little bit light. You know, 5 ringgit is a pretty good price for a kebab. so you're not getting a big heavy-duty sandwich. It's a little bit of a lightweight one, so I got 2. But now I have to eat them before I go into the MRT station. So that's what it looks like. It's kind of a pita pocket. A pita pocket kebab. Looks pretty juicy, very wet. So this could be a messy affair. But yeah, maybe I should take this off my white pants. Put it on the bench, because I'm pretty sure there's going to be a bit of a disaster, no matter how careful I am. All right, time to dive in, give this a try. Here we are, pita pocket kebab. Very moist. Can't complain about that. Very moist and a lot of flavor. Nice and spicy. I'm dripping a lot. So far I'm missing my pants, so good strategy on my part. Very nice. A lot of chicken in there, a lot of sauce, a lot of spicing. Moving on to the beef. I just unwrapped it and look at that, what a surprise. It looks like it was the beef that he was mixing up on the grill. By surprise, I just mean how red that is. It's like a bright red. I don't know if it's coming across on the video. But yeah, this could be another taste sensation. Maybe up here is a better light, I don't know. But there's the redness of the filling. Woo. There, what's going on here? I don't know what the flavoring is. So far, it's not as spicy as the chicken. Like the chicken had some heat to it. It's a lot of spicing. This is smoother, more of a beef. You really taste the beef rather than the spicing. That's good. I like it. I don't think I have a favorite. They're both equally good, I think. Chicken for the spiciness, and this one for like the beef veggie flavor. Nice. Just a quick note, another breakfast. I'm back here at the Kopitiam right beside my hotel where I'm staying. And the last time I was here, I ordered from this stall here. They have wonton mee, but I wanted to try something different. And there's another one over here that makes a kind of different varieties of pork noodle soup. And the man who runs the wonton mee stall, he told me he worked in the UK for 11 years. So he's very good at speaking English, communicating with foreigners. So he was trying to help me out here, but it was a little bit confusing because these are like intestines, and I'm not really in the mood for intestines for breakfast. It's a bit chewy for me for breakfast. So I was trying to figure out, okay, can I, like, which ones don't have intestines, which ones do? But it was very hard to parse everything and figure it out. But eventually I ordered a soupy version with all the other stuff, I guess, but no intestines. At least I hope that's what I got. And then you can choose between different types of noodles. Like rice noodles here, and these ones here. And I don't really know the difference, but I ended up going with this for some reason. I just sort of picked at random. So, so let's see what I ended up with. Thank you very much. So here we are pork noodle soup, but as far as I can tell, yeah, there's no intestines in there, which is good. As I said, I don't mind that. I've had it many times in my life, but I don't know. I think of it as a dinner thing, not really designed for breakfast. Yeah, so this is me having breakfast. Let's try the broth. It's nice, flavorful. It's not a spicy dish, I don't think. Pretty basic. And then, yeah, the noodles, and then pork, and then some veggies in there. So, oh yeah, and it looks like it came with some green peppers, or some sauce there. I don't know how hot and spicy that is, so I guess you can add that if you want some spiciness. And I got the iced champ, so that's my favorite morning drink. So that was 3 ringgit, and this was 9 ringgit. So, rainy day here in Kuala Lumpur, no big surprise. There's been a lot of rain lately. So yeah, I'm just going to dive in and enjoy my breakfast. My errand is over. I actually went all the way out to a station called Surian, which is on the Kajang line. It's like 40 minutes away on the MRT system. And there's a camera store there called Camera Valley. I've been going there for a lot. I really like the people that work there, and they have a good website. You can see what products are available, and they let me hang out for a little bit. You know, I'm like a camera nerd when I show up, and I chatter and hang out with the boys. All, you know, the camera store clerks there. You know, and yeah, so I head out there, and what I bought this time was one of these, which is the GoPro Jaws Flex clamp. Yeah, the Jaws, basically. And I'm using it right now. I've got my GoPro mounted on it, and this is my old one. And my old one has a whole bunch of problems. The mounting apparatus at the top, it snapped off, so I have to use tape to hold things on. And the Jaws part, the teeth down here at the bottom, all the rubber rotted away basically, so it's like hard plastic. So when I clamp this to any kind of a slippery surface, it just spins off, and it's getting more and more dangerous. And one day I could tell I'm basically going to break my camera by holding on to this, and being a cheapo and not wanting to buy a new one, I'm risking my entire camera, because whatever I clamp this to, it's going to slide off and my camera's going to fall. And this flexible gooseneck is so old, it's actually kind of broken in all of these different joints, and it's way too loose. So yeah, 3 separate problems, and I bought a new one. They're not cheap. No GoPro accessory is cheap. This thing is 230 ringgit. And to be honest, I've been delaying buying it for a long time, thinking, well, this one still kind of works. Let's just keep using it as long as possible. But I figured, okay, you might as well just bite the bullet. I know I'm going to buy a new one eventually. It's going to happen, so I might as well just do it now before I break my camera. So anyway, since I started the day with, or I started this little errand run with a kebab, I thought I might as well continue. So I came to this place, which is right across the road from my hotel. Very popular kebab place, shawarma, basically. And most of the time when I come here, I'm too late. They're already sold out. But oh, I think he's got my order ready.
That's ready.
Okay. 21.
Yes.
There we go.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
There we are. I've got it. Yeah, it's a good deal. So these are the 4 of them right here. You can get them in like a pita bun or like a hot dog bun, and I got 2 of each. So it's kind of going to be my perhaps my dinner and a late night snack. I got 4 of them. And they're actually the same price as the ones by Masjid Jamak, but they're a better deal because you can feel it. They're heavy. There's like real weight to them. There's a lot of stuffing here, a lot of meat, a lot of everything. So same price, basically 5 ringgit here, 5 ringgit there. But these, to be honest, the company that I went to this morning, they did have a sign saying the best kebab in town. But hey, if I had to make a list based on my kebab experience, this is the place. Right now they have the best kebab in town. This is the place to come to. Better value, that's for sure. Back in my new temporary home here in Kuala Lumpur. Yeah, these kebabs, much better deal at 5 ringgit each, but each one of them has heft to it. Okay, they're different. Yeah, this is the pita one, I think, and then the hot dog bun one is just a little bit of a different shape, longer and thinner. So yeah, let's dive into one of these. A little bit of a taste comparison. Similar gooiness. Look at that. Very, very, very gooey. And gotta have your paper towels ready for a snack like this. Hopefully I don't make a real mess here diving in. Yeah, this looks really good. It's going to be much more satisfying in terms of value for money, the amount of food in here. Some nice spiciness there. But the one I had this morning, the chicken one, was actually very flavorful. I like that. Very, very spicy. This one has spiciness. I think if I was eating this all by itself, I would just say it's amazing and move on. But so soon after that other one, the chicken one, I could say this could have just a touch more sharpness to the spicing, would set it off quite nicely. But I guess it depends what kind of spicing you're used to. Yeah, it's just much more of everything, more filling, more meat, more vegetables, more sauce. It's like Malaysia in general. They're famous for the Ramly burger, and that Ramly burger is just like gooey and saucy, and that's what this is too. Got it all over your fingers. That's one of them. Let's take a quick look at the other one. Whoa, boy. So the only difference is the bread. So this is a hot dog bun. And this one, the other one, is a pita pocket. So, but the filling is exactly the same. So, no, I don't need to bite into that one to get a taste comparison because they're exactly the same. Yeah, I'm really happy that I got this new Jaws because I've hooked it to a chair and it's gripped very strongly, and I have confidence it's not going to fall over. My old one, I kept doing that in these hotel rooms. I kept gripping chairs and doorknobs and all these different things, and then it would just slide off or spin to the side or fall off. So yeah, they definitely needed to be replaced. So yeah, didn't really have a choice in the matter. All right, that's it. See you in the next little moment of my life here in Kuala Lumpur.